Hello my friends, welcome to Pro Strings. I'm Henriette and today is day 10 of the Virtual Violin Practice Playalong. So I'm so happy to see you here, welcome. And today we're going to build on what we have done before. So we're going to do some bowing exercises, we're going to do some left hand exercises, we're going to continue to explore the D major scale and then improvise in the key of D major. So let's go and get your things ready and let's go and get started. Let's get you tuned up first. Here is your A. And your E. This is your D string. And G. And let's now tune in double stops, A and D first. Lovely. Today we're going to get started without your violin and your bow, so let's put those down for a moment. And I'd like you to get started with our stance as we practiced it a couple of days ago. So let's place your left foot slightly forward, so your feet are in line with one another, but your left foot is forward a little bit more. And I want you to just double check that your knees aren't locked, but your knees are really nice and bouncy when you do that. Okay, now let's keep our little flow going forwards and backwards, and now lift up your shoulders and make sure you put them down in their lowest position. So let's do that again. Lift up your shoulders and drop them down, and I really want you to feel what happens in your back when you do that. And down, and do it one more time, up and down. Good. Place your hands sideways, so stretch your arms out like that, and we'll do the same thing. Up and down, and up and down. And straight away you're multitasking, aren't you? Because your legs are still really, really soft, and you keep your little flow going forwards and backwards, and then we keep going up and down. Oh, it's quite clever if you can do those two things together. Okay. Now, let's have your arms and bend your elbows, and now I want you to do this, and I want you to really feel what happens to your shoulder blades when you do that, and you want to imagine your shoulder blades to go like that. So let's do that. Elbows out and elbows down. Elbows out and elbows down. Try it one more time. Really feel what happens to your back. And imagine your shoulder blades to go sideways and back. So we want to have that sort of mental image in your head. Today you might not really feel anything, but when you practice that over and over, you will start to feel how your back muscles work. And over time, we're going to be needing that. So if nothing happens today, that's absolutely fine. You've made a start for some progress with how your back feels. So you're certainly more aware of your shoulders being in their lowest position, and hopefully also that your legs are nice and loose so that you're not locking your knees, and that is a very good starting point for playing the violin. So let's get your instrument and your bow and we'll go and get you started. So today we're going to build on the arching in our bowing that we've been talking about in previous lessons. And I want you to really imagine that when you bow, your bow goes into the string and you let all the weight of your arm go into the string and then lighten it up at the end of your bow. And then when you play an upper, you imagine that you're digging into the string with your bow and then you go up again. So all my bowings, we always think that bowings go up and down, but actually they go like that. Let's play 4 times each of your string. We're going to start on G again today. And I really want you to imagine that you're going into the string, you see. So I'm thinking about the line that my bow makes. Here we go. 4 times and again, dig into the string. And again, dig it into the string. And again. Oh, that's it. I'm doing this, and I don't mean you to do that, but I just want to emphasize that we're going up and down. Now, there is a difference between hanging off the string and letting the weight of your arm do the job and pushing the bow into the string. When we push the bow into the string, we're forcing the string to ring and you don't get a good sound. It sounds more like this. It's really harsh. But instead, if you hang off the string with the weight of your arm, you get a really much more natural and flowing sound. And that's why we've done this exercise, you see, so that it encourages you to drop your shoulder down so that you use the weight of your bow into the string. So let's do the G again 4 times and then we're going to go D, A, E, E, A, D, G. So you've got lots of time to practice, but make sure you refresh your memory all the time and really work on digging it into the string. So here we go, and right here, and now into it again. D string. Whether you call it tone quality, tone colours, tonalization is a word that's sometimes used. We're really working on the depth of sound, and that is good progress whether you're a beginner or an advanced player. It doesn't really matter. We will always be trying to use the best possible sound. So well done for joining me with that. That is improving wonderfully well. So in day 8, we started with our finger tapping and our trill exercise. So we're going to build on that a little bit, and we're going to play that exercise again today. We'll make your fingers stronger every time, and this time we're going to go on the D string. So let's have your first finger on D, and now we're tapping our second finger. Remember, you want to listen out to that rattling sound, and we're going to play E to F first. So your fingers are going to be together. 1, 2. I said in earlier lessons before. If this is too much for you to play on one bow, just split your bowing. However you like it, because this is a left hand exercise, so I'm not too worried about what bowing you do. So see if you can join them all up, but if not, that's no problem at all. So let's do it again, shall we? This time I want you to pick up your finger even higher, so that you spring back with your finger and tap it even harder on your string. 1 and 2. 1, 2. And now we're playing E to F sharp. Well done. And now I want you to try F sharp once again, and this time I want you to make sure that you gradually make that space a little bit wider, because many people, when we play trills with a wide space, you'll find that the space gradually becomes smaller when you keep on trilling. So when we play a wide space here, we want to pick up our fingers really high and then make sure that that space stays really nice and wide. So let's do E to F sharp again, and very good. Okay, so now let's play F sharp to G. Here we go, and shall we do that again? Really imagine that you have a rubber band with which you pick up your finger and then it springs back when you let go, okay? F sharp to G, here we go, and good stuff. Relax your hand and your arm. Just give it a moment's break before we practice the 3rd and 4th finger trills. So let's have our 3rd finger on G here. And first of all your other fingers are also on the string. So first of all, we're going to play our 4th finger right by the side of the 3rd finger. Relax your hand, remember. And shall we do that again? And awesome. And finally, we're going to play our 4th finger with a gap between 4 and 3. So relax your hand, soften up your thumb, make sure that your thumb is there. Okay? And let's do that once again, shall we? Awesome. And remember, if your arm is tired, always just take a little while to get it back into shape again. So swing your arm. Wow, that'll feel a lot better, won't it? Good practice though, and you make your little finger in particular stronger all the time, and that's where we need to go. So well done, very good. Now let's have a look at one of our bow exercises that we've done in the past. And this is my seesaw exercise, so you can have your left hand here. And I want you to place the bow in the middle on the G string. Remember when we're playing on the G string, my right elbow is a little bit higher. It is level with the G string, shall we say. And now we're going to drop that elbow down. And your bow, as a result of you dropping your elbow, goes to the E string. Now lift your elbow up, make sure your elbow leads. That's it, and your elbow leads again going down. Whoops. Okay, make it a really nice supple movement here. So your elbow is always the part of your arm that instigates this movement, you see. So I'm not thinking I'm moving my bow, because then I might move my wrist like that, and that is not a good exercise. That's not what we're meaning to do here. But it's my elbow that determines the string level that my bow is playing on. Now, we've done this in the past to say out loud which string you're on. So now I'm on G. Now I'm going to drop my elbow very slowly. And then I want you to say out loud when you hit D. Now I'm hitting it. And say out loud again when you hit A. A. E. Back up again. Tell me when you hit A. A, D, G. And again, D, A, E. You can see it very nicely swiveling here when you look right here. As I've said before, looking here gives you a lot of information about your violin playing. So can we do that once again? And now I want you to close your eyes and feel whether you can feel which string you're going on. So I'm on E at the moment. A, D, G, D, A, E. Now it might be that today you don't feel that at all, but when you practice that regularly, have I said this before? You can wonder. When you practice that regularly, you will start to feel which string level you're on. And that will help us a lot, because it means that we start to feel where we play on which string, so that you start to reduce all the extra sounds that you sometimes get in your playing, which you might find that you hear a string that you don't actually mean to play with, but the sound just comes because you've accidentally hit it. And that's what we're trying to eliminate. And your hit rate will go up when you practice that very frequently. So well done for joining me on that. Now, let's now play a D major scale. And we're going to play it slightly differently. We'll stick with our D major scale in the next couple of lessons, because we're going to still continue with our improvisation in D major. So we need to be very, very secure with that scale. But today I want you to try and slur two notes. So we're just going to slur D1. Like that. Will you join me? And player, you might come along with me again today, because what we're going to try and do next is we're going to try and incorporate our elbow levels with the slurring. So you may have noticed already that the first two slurs that you play on the D major scale are on the D string, and then the second two notes, the second two slurs are going to be on the A string, but then something happens. So let's see if you can work out what that is going to happen. So here we go. 1, 2. have spotted that as you come down the scale, there is one slur where you play the last note A and you combine it with 3 fingers on the D string. And just at that moment, I want you to think and feel your elbow seesaw going. So can we try that again one more time? And now raise your elbow. There. Now if we're doing this correctly and we're going to go down from the A string to the D string, I would like you, while you play the A, the last note, coming down on the A string, already starting to lift your elbow so that you really gently move towards the D string. So let's just practice that, shall we? It will come in an up bow. So let's play up on A. Now start to lift your elbow. You can see my elbow move gently. You see how that works? So I'm doing that with my elbow. And then nudges my bow very smoothly from the A string to the D string. So let's do that again. Up. That's very nice. So you get no accent whatsoever going from the A string to the D string there. Let's try it one more time, and now I want you to look here to see if you can see the bow getting closer as you lift your elbow up. Lift up, lift up, lift up and go. You see, and now you very gently go with the bow from the A string to the D string. Now, of course, the opposite happens as well. When you go up the scale, you go from the 3rd finger on the D string to the open A string, but that comes together with the bow change, you see, so it's not as noticeable if it is slightly less smooth than when you slur 2 notes like we've just practiced. So let's practice it one more time, shall we? And now you've got a lot smoother on that string crossing than you were doing before at the start of this lesson. Well done, very good. So let's next play the D arpeggio. Nice long smooth bows with straight bows, remember, so you stretch your bow arm forwards and super. So we're ready to do our improvisation now. We've got the D major scale and arpeggio fresh in our heads. And today I would like you to copy me again. Now you want to look very, very closely at my bowing now, because I may play some separate bows and some slurred bows. So I'm hoping you've been able to follow that. Some slurred notes, some separate bows. And did you notice whether I was playing scale passages or arpeggios? I'm hoping that you would say mostly scales, because that is the right answer. Okay, let's try another one, shall we? So again, we're having a mixture of arpeggios and scales. And now I hope you have noticed that we're also having a mixture of separate bows and slurs. Shall we continue that a little bit more? Let me think of a good one for you here. So that last one was mostly arpeggio, wasn't it? 3A, 2D, 3A, 2D, and then a bit of scale. 1D. You're getting ever so good at this. Well done. What a progress you've made in just a week and a half. This is day 10. So what's that? Yeah, just under 2 weeks. Well done. Very good. So I'm going to challenge you a little bit. And we're going to do a slightly harder one right now. So can you still follow me? 2, 1, 1, D, D, D. D, da, 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 I have to think about that one now. So that sounds really, really good, and that sets you up really nicely, because you may have noticed that I have put in 1 or 2 slightly longer ones, and that trains your musical memory so that you can play longer stretches back to me. If you can play them back to me, I'm hoping that you will also be able to think of your own. In day 11, we're going to do our own improvisations again, so not so much copycatting as we've done now, and you will be able to express your creativity in that lesson as well. So I really look forward to seeing you then. Let's get your normal music up on your music stand now, and let's play your scales and all your pieces that your teacher has set you, because it will be so much easier to get you started now that you're so warmed up. So I really look forward to meeting you again in day 11. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.